Hey guys, it's me. The reason I'm here today is to not do a review for you guys, but to talk about something that has been stirring up in my brain for quite a while now. Now, if any of you know me personally, you know that I'm a huge fan of the DC CW TV universe run by Greg Berlanti and all the fine writers and directors over there at the CW. And to be honest with you, this year I've been really underwhelmed with the direction of the DC CW Berlanti universe, with two shows in particular being the main cause of it all. One being The Flash, and the other one being Supergirl. Now, some of you may remember that early on this season, those two shows went through some behind the scenes production difficulties with Andrew Kreisberg being fired for inappropriate behavior. Reportedly, he was being abusive and he was handing out sexual innuendos to the female members of the cast. Reportedly, complaints came from several cast members and crew members that he was making a uncomfortable working environment for the people who were working on either shows. So that being said, I feel that in particular after Andrew Kreisberg was unceremoniously fired by the bigwigs at the CW, that the two shows that he was working on in particular lost their narrative way, so to speak. I mean, Andrew Kreisberg, being the showrunner of those two shows, could have had a through line from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, but for some reason after he left, it would be understandable that the writers that were left in charge in his stead didn't want to do what he initially planned out. So with that in mind, they sort of wanted to go in another direction and sort of restitch the season in their own image, which I think is fine because you don't want your show to be associated with a person like that. I get that 100%, but I really didn't like where The Flash went this year, and in particular Supergirl with the Mon-El relationship. Blah, because I think Kara deserves so much better than that, and to be honest, I hate Mon-El. I didn't find Rain that appealing at all. I just found her to be like a 50 Cent a copy of the Superman storyline to some extent. Not taking into account that she was a world killer and she was a bad person, but for Christ's sake, she even had her own Fortress of Solitude. So, yeah, I really didn't like the Rain storyline at all. As a matter of fact, it's not over yet, but I really don't like the Rain character, and I thought that she was a weak, big bad for the season, and I don't like the way she was handled, the way she was written, the way she was acted. There's nothing that I like about Rain. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is, I think that the CW shows have somewhat gone by the wayside and sort of lost their way in the wake of the Andrew Kreisberg thing, in the wake of other things that may not be may not be known to the public. And I really think that they really need to take a breather and go into a different direction with those particular shows, vis-a-vis Supergirl and vis-a-vis The Flash. Now, after the Andrew Kreisberg thing, it was reported that the grand master behind the entire CW TV universe, Greg Berlanti, was going to take a larger role in these shows. And to my estimation, I really don't understand why he hasn't taken on a bigger role, whether it was on Flash or Supergirl. I mean, the only thing that he's directed in the past 6 months or so is I Love Simon, and I understand that when you're doing a feature like that, your attention has to be on that. But after that, why can't you put your God-given talent into helping and turning around, if not one of the shows that you helped create, the other show that you helped create. I'm talking about him being in the writer's room day in and day out and helping the team structure or build a story that could have possibly salvaged the seasons that were discombobulated by Andrew Kreisberg for either The Flash or Supergirl. I don't understand why the CW would say something like that and not have Greg Berlanti on a day-to-day basis be involved with Supergirl or The Flash on a writing aspect. The great thing about Greg Berlanti is that I think he's a great writer, but over the past couple years, because of the success of the DC CW Berlanti verse, you could call it, he has become this mega producer, not only at the CW but at other networks. As a matter of fact, he has the highest number of pilots in production and being created this year for the up-and-coming TV season, with a record number of 14 different shows on the air being produced by his company, Berlanti Prods. Look, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm happy for him for being so successful, but what I don't want him to do is become sort of a Steven Spielberg kind of person, in where he produces a million different things, but he doesn't really write things anymore. And what I want him to do, as I previously stated, is I want him to be more involved with Supergirl and The Flash to see if maybe next season he can craft a story that is both intriguing, exciting, and both narratively much better than this season has been. Now, listen, I don't work for the CW. I'm not a writer in either Supergirl or The Flash, although I wish I was, but I'm not. But I could, I have some suggestions on how to make the CW shows a lot better. My first suggestion would be to cut down the episode orders of every show from 22 to 13. If you cut your episodes in half with a 13 episode season, that gives you a through line. You can make every episode important, and you cut out the filler episodes, right? With a 13 episode season, it allows for much tighter storytelling, and every episode counts. I think that if the CW shows took that approach, I think that would be a much better thing for the shows, both from a narrative standpoint and from a production standpoint. Granted, that probably won't happen because the president of the CW, Mark Pedowitz, said that they're never going to abandon the 22 episode order format. So that sucks on his part. And for Supergirl, I would really like it if the creator of Supergirl and the showrunner for Supergirl season 2 would come back to the show and take over the reins of that show. She reportedly signed a deal with CBS Television, but for the past 2 pilot seasons, I don't know what the hell she's doing. So to me, it looks like she just signed a big contract for CBS, but I don't know what the fuck she's doing. So I just think that that she's just sitting on that big fat deal, not doing anything, because I haven't heard of any new project from her coming out of CBS at all. So I don't know what the hell she's doing. So I don't know. I just want her to come back to Supergirl and sort of right the ship. Also, I think that Supergirl would benefit if we kill Mon-El, because I think he's fucking useless and Supergirl deserves much better. Also, I think that the character of Winn deserves a bigger role in the up and coming season of Supergirl, and I would really like to explore the relationship and the friendship between Winn and Kara. Not in a romantic sense, but just to explore their relationship as friends, because I feel that in the first season, their whole dynamic was interesting, but for some reason, for the romantic garble, their friendship was left on the back burner somewhere in season 1, and it was like the writers just forgot about it and kicked it aside. I mean, they were setting it up, but it was like they never executed it. So I would love to see some more Kara and Winn relationship development in season 5. Now that it's going to be on Sundays, which is a shame, but hey, whatever. I'm just a frustrated DC, CW superhero fan that really wants these shows to be better. And when I sit down and I watch a CW Berlanti production, I really want to be invested, and I want to feel like the Flash or Kara is in immediate danger based on whatever situation they have or are dealing with. And I haven't really felt that over the past couple of years. Over the past couple of years, these shows have become formulaic and sort of stitched together for me. And those are a couple ways that I think that I would improve the shows. Enough of me talking about how I would improve the shows. Now I want to know how you would improve the shows. What would you do to fix the production problems that I feel Supergirl and the Flash are having? Or do you feel that this season was worth it? And what did you like about this season? And what did you not like about the season, if you don't feel the same way I do about those 2 particular shows in the CW Berlanti universe? All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like, comment, if you want to say something down below, and let me know. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.